Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Share Your Journey. So today's video is all about horror story. I'm gonna create a horror story. It's going to be fake or unreal story. So I would request you to please watch this video till end because you are gonna learn a lot of things about this story, and I mean to say that you are gonna learn how to speak about a story. It could be any story. So today's video is all about horror. Okay, so I'm gonna put my name in the story. So this video is all about Vikas, a guy who lives in Indore city, which is the #1 cleanest city in India, and he has recently done his graduation and he starts preparing for interviews because he has to work in any organization. So he starts preparing for interviews, and after completion of his preparation he starts giving interviews, and in one of the company he gets a chance, he gets an opportunity, and he gets an offer letter, but the company is located in Bhopal. So once he gets an offer letter, he decides to move to that location. I mean, as he lives in Indore city, but now he has to move to another location, Bhopal, and now he decides to move. And after that, he reaches there. I mean, he reaches Bhopal, and initially in Bhopal, he stays in a hotel for 7 days because he is new in that location in Bhopal city. So he takes little time to figure it out about the room and all those stuffs. So meanwhile, living in that hotel, during that time he start looking for a house to live for 6 months, because that job is a kind of contract based job for 6 months. So he gets in a house, an old house, and he decides to move there, and he does the same thing. He moves to that location, he moves to that house, and initially once he reaches that house. After reaching there, he gets to know that that house, that room is so dirty. At the moment he decides to clean that house and starts doing all the cleaning. After spending more than 1 hour, he cleans each and every part of that house. And then after that, he gets tired and he starts going towards the bed. He just lies on the bed. Lying on the bed, after few minutes, after 15 minutes, I mean to say, he gets a voice of a girl. That voice was so beautiful, and that voice, girl says that, thank you so much for cleaning this room. So Vikas in first go ignores her because he thinks that it's kind of illusion, it's his illusion. He thinks that it's his illusion. That's the reason he's getting a voice of a girl. After some time, he listens the same voice of that girl saying, thank you so much for cleaning this house. Again, Vikas ignores her voice, her sound. And after some time, again he listens the same voice of that girl, of that beautiful girl, saying that, thank you so much for cleaning this house. And third time, he gets worried. He goes towards that balcony from where that voice was coming. That voice was emanating. He reaches there. He reaches that balcony. There is no one on that balcony. Then he decides to stay for some times there. He stay on the balcony for more than 10 minutes. After that, he again gets back to his bed to sleep, and he sleeps. In the morning he has to go to the office, so he gets ready for office, and he was getting late for the office, so he has to take a tea, he has to have a tea. So meanwhile, he in a hurry he makes tea. After making tea, he just takes his tea and he doesn't wash the dishes, and he rushes towards office. Job, after completion of the shift of his job, he comes back to his room. As soon as he opens the door of that house, of that room, he shows that the dishes has been cleaned. He gets shocked. He starts thinking that I haven't washed the dishes. Who did it for me? Knowing the fact that he hasn't washed the dishes, he goes towards the bed. And he sleeps. In that night, he doesn't get any kind of voice. But as soon as he gets up in the morning, again he gets ready for office and he makes tea, and after taking tea he goes to that office and he narrates each and every part of the story to his colleagues. And his colleagues ask the first question, where are you living, Vikas? Vikas says that I live in that old house located in Bhopal, Kalochi. The area name is Kalochi. He says that the old house, the color of that house is pink. So he says that yes, that house color is pink. So his colleagues say that that is a horror house. Who told you to stay there? Vikas said that nobody told me to stay there, it's my own wish. And the reason to stay in that house because that's a very cheap house. I got that house in a very cheap rent. That's the reason I moved to that house. So his colleagues ask him that who is the owner of that house. So Vikas says there is an uncle. Then again his colleagues ask, who is that uncle? Have you ever met to that uncle? Vikas says no, I haven't seen that uncle. I've just got a call from that uncle because I posted about a rented house on a social media that I want a house to live on a rent. So that's how I get a call from that uncle, and uncle says everything about it, about that house and the rent payment. Then his colleagues get shocked. His colleagues start saying that uncle is no more. He has been passed away 10 years ago, and that how nobody is living in that house for since then. After listening this, Vikas gets shocked. And now Vikas decides to leave the job and leave that house. And he, after listening all those things, he rushes back to his house. He again goes to Indore and he starts living in Indore again. So this is all about Vikas' story. I hope you will like it.